Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We are squid fishing. There's been reports of squid being caught all over the south coast in some good numbers. We're seeing kind of 40 to 50 in a session in the Solent and other marks around here. So we thought, why not come out and give it a go? Squid is obviously really good eating and is really great bait as well. Been going through loads of it in my tote fishing videos, so let's go stock up. In terms of the tactics, there's a few different ways to catch squid. Now, predominantly they like to sit around kind of shingle or sandy areas, so you can catch off the beaches. One of the most popular places that people target them is off of the piers, which you'll probably see along all over the kind of UK coastline, like kind of along the piers and kind of jetties and areas like that, where you can kind of dip into not that deep water, your squid jigs and pick up squid. Now, my favourite type, there's a few different types of lures you can use for squid. My favourite to use, especially off the boat and also off the piers actually as well, are these metal kind of heavier squid jigs. Now these are really good. They're not so good for casting, but they are good for dropping right down to the bottom, kind of jigging up and down and finding the squid. The different types that you can get are these, which you'll probably typically more so see along kind of beach marks and off the piers being used. They're better for casting. You can kind of cast them out, let them drop, jig them up and down, different approaches, similar to how you might use a soft plastic lure when fishing for bass or pollock or anything like that. You can tie these. This one is a bit of a tangled but flapper rig, where I've got two tied up to one rig that I can cast out or jig or whatever. So I might use that for a little bit later tonight, but I'm predominantly going to be using this one, which is my favourite. Now, I've also got on my rig, as you'll see there, a little sleeve with a little glow stick in, which I won't break it now because it's a bit too light. We're waiting for darkness to set in, but later on I'll be able to snap that and that will follow the lure just there, give a bit of an attraction, a bit of light, which it's not proved that squid like that, but it seems to work, seems to catch them, and is quite often used amongst a lot of squid fishers as well. So, as I say, we're going to wait for the darkness to set in. It's still a little bit light, kind of knocking around, not to say that we can't catch squid in this. So we've got some feathers that we'll play around with and spend some time, and hopefully we'll get into the squid a bit later on. So the techniques that we're using today, although we're off a boat of course, they pretty much apply to shore fishing for squids or boat fishing, either already. You want calm, kind of clear waters, which is exactly what we've got. We've got a gentle offshore breeze, which is just flatten the sea out, which is beautiful. We've got great clarity as well. Squid are visual hunters, so they're going to look for the jig, they're going to look for your lure and attack it visually. So that's what you want. Anyway, we're going to have a little play around with the jigs, with some feathers as well, see if we can't find anything. But we'll bring you back when we found the squid and it's a little bit darker. Right, so I didn't get it on camera, but as darkness is starting to fall, we have found our first squid. As you see, on a little squid jig. There we go. Hopefully, that's the floodgates. There we go. That is squid number 2, actually 3, but yeah, 2.5, because I did have one on, but unfortunately it came off. Let's make the most of this and get some squid. Right, well that's 3 squid that technically we've had, but as I say, we've only managed to land 2. Now, squid typically are kind of a schooling type of fish, so when you hit one, as we're finding, you'll probably find a few. They move around in shoals together. And in terms of bite, what you're looking for is you won't get like a typical big bass bite, you'll just get a big pull. And a lot of people say it feels like a wet bag or something along those lines. And you don't want to strike into it, you just want to then start slowly reeling and lift into it very, very gently, and just reel at the same time. Quite often, you might only find 1 or 2 tentacles are actually kind of gripped onto the squid jig. And as soon as you lose the pressure, they can quite easily come off. So it's definitely worth just kind of gently reeling in. And then if you're fishing off a pier, use a landing net if you can. And if you're off a boat, then just your normal net. Now obviously this one's been put out of its misery, but that is a perfect eating squid. Really good size. You'll get quite a bit of squid rings out of that if you wanted to. Of course, makes amazing bait. You can get a lot of good bait out of that. You probably get, what, 2, 3, 4 plus baits. If not strips, then you're getting tons of bait out of that. But yeah, good fun fishing. God, the water's so warm. Put your hand in. They do say that it's towards September, October is when the sea temperature's the warmest, isn't it? Because it's heated up all summer. It feels like a bath almost, it does. Oh, well, birds are diving there. Yeah, they are. We've now got birds working just to the side of us. So maybe we can pick up some more mackerel. It's like the fishing's just turned on. Everything's kind of just kicked off. And I'm not complaining. I might stick that one in, just doing its thing, and then I'll put a lure in here and I can cast into that as we go by. But yeah, I was fishing, when I fished here, they were like that. Yeah, because you get obviously the mackerel drifts all up and down here. Oh, that's another squid. Feels like a bigger one as well, this. There it is. Not too bad. Let him squirt. Nice, yeah, got him. Right, there we have it. The squid are definitely in. And you can see this is a really good example of just how lightly they get hooked on these kind of jigs. I mean, it is enough to obviously get them up. There you go. All right, I'll get this guy out of his misery, get him in the bucket, and we'll keep fishing. So just to show how to put these guys to sleep, to kind of dispatch them, right there, where you can see the kind of changing colour on the top of the head between the two eyes, if you just give a very slight firm kind of chop to the back of the head, that'll put them out. So I'll do it now and you'll see his colours change. He's red, he's angry at the moment, and as soon as I've done it, he'll be asleep. See, he's got all white, that means he's dead. He'll have some kind of colours here and nerves kind of as he just as the blood circling around him, but that means he's gone. Oh, another one. He pinged off. I don't know if you can see, guys. I've put the I've got these little bells. You'll see them kind of being used on like the piers and stuff by a lot of people on their rods, and I've just put a set on my rod that's down there, just drifting along, so I haven't got to pay too much attention to it. It's working well. I just had a fish on there, a squid on there, but it seems to have pinged off. Fortunately, as there's no bait, I'll just leave it down there. It'll carry on doing its thing. Now what I'm doing is, whilst that one just drifts along and fishes, I've got my little spinning rod with that little metal jig, squid jig on there, which I'm just bouncing along the bottom. To be fair, the two squid that I've caught have been on the one that's just drifting along, but more baits, more chance. Okay, so it's been 5-10 minutes now without another squid, so we're gonna go back around, making sure we don't go over the drift that we want to actually fish, and fish that patch again, because as I say, they are shoaling kind of fish. They do kind of sit in their little groups. So if that's the patch where they're fishing, we'll go back over and drift it again. Oh, I got me.
I think it was more water than...
Yeah, it was just water.
With all these spatties.
Another one in the boat.
Oh, nice one. Oh.
So that's how easy they come off the hook as well. So be really careful. Awesome.
Yeah.
I think it went for this one, but came off.
I literally just dropped it in like that. It was all right. It wasn't even... I didn't even cut through. This bit here, isn't it? Opposite those.
Hey?
The opposite fishing people.
It's this stretch. Yeah.
And that's what good for rays and that.
Yeah.
Oh, in again.
Ready again.
Yeah.
Constant squid now, people. Oh, yep, I'm on. That's all right. Oh, I got splashed again then somewhere. Yeah, you got the net?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That is a sign of a good squid session. A net covered in ink. But as I was saying, as soon as we found them, this little patch, we just keep going through and it's just constant. Awesome. We could do, but it was a bit further out when we caught them last time. But it could have been as they were moving in, we caught them there, now they're closer in. No, we'll give it a few more minutes. If there's no more, then yeah, we'll go in. That is the first squid of the year, this session marks, and it is always good fun. When one, you come out to target species and you land a target, and two, when it's a new species, it means changing conditions, new fish, new species coming in, and yeah, good fun. But I'd have to say, tonight's definitely backed up the notion that squid are a shoaling fish. Every time that we've landed into them, the rods have all gone crazy for about 2, 3, 4 minutes, and we've landed loads, and then it goes dead again. So we're obviously going through just big patches of them, big shoals, and as the boat's obviously drifting and we're catching and making all the commotion, we then drift out of them and they kind of spook and scatter a bit, and then we have to go back and find them again, which is fine. We are drift fishing at the moment, so we just have to hope we keep drifting back into them. Oh yeah, he's on. Left side. Nice. Got him. There we go, another one down. We could see this one tapping away at the jig. My bells kept kind of like just trembling. And then, oh, he's actually been hooked right in the head. Let's get, oh no. Thought it. Oh.
I think it was more before you did it.
That's what you got to be careful of. That's twice I've been, yeah, that's a good tip. Oh, he's still got more in him. Yeah, don't wear your best clothes squidding, that's for sure. Oh, he's still going. There we go. Yeah, these are actually really, they're perfect eating squid, these are. They say that when they get too big, they actually get a bit rubbery and you need to cook them quite well to kind of get that chewiness out of them. But apparently these size ones are the best eating. So yeah, awesome. Don't know if you can make that out, guys. There's a tiny little baby squid that's come to the surface to check us out. Let's try and get my torch on him. There he is. Look at that. With a good haul of squid on board, we decided to steam back to port, catch in hand. The inshore squid fishing season has certainly started, so grab your spinning rods and squid jigs and get squidding. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one.